Everyone keeps using the same words around you because they are playing out a well-written script put together by the Hive. You have Hive members who are all operating under one format, under one program, under one script. And what they're doing is trying to program you because you have shifted a paradigm. And what these devils can't stand is when you're paradigm shifting and you're leaving the level that they're on. And that's why you'll hear the phrase or term new level, new devil, because it's necessarily not anything new, but it's a new version or a new tactic or a new whatever, new strategy necessarily. So what'll happen is when you're leveling up, when you're accepting new ideas, when you're working on your mind, when you're working on yourself, when you're becoming who you're supposed to become, and you see it, you think it, and you feel it, to the point to where you're starting to become it. People around you are starting to feel you vibrating on this frequency. Some people are going to take positive things from that. Some people are going to feel good about it and be like, hey, wow, it feels really great to be around this person. I feel like I want to do some positive things with myself and with my life. You're going to motivate some people. Some people are going to sense your presence and want to become that themselves and greater. All because you choose to be who you are and you recognize who you are. And you know, all right? You know that you have a power like none other. You know that you have a presence like none other. All right? You know that presence is the power of God in you. You know that's what it is. All right? So when you have all that going on for yourself, there are going to be people who oppose that, and they're going to feel some type of way about that, and they're not going to like that. So what they're going to have to do is try to bring you back down to the level that they're at, but we're gaining more understanding on that. And people say things like this, but nobody tends to break it down. No one tends to try, not try, but no one sees it for really what it is. All right, so that's what we're going to do. They're trying to bring you down to the level they're at in every sense of the word. All right, because when you shift, that means you're going up. That means you're going up, 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 you're going over the top. Over the top. All right, you're beyond, blessed beyond measure. And when you can grasp a certain idea about yourself, a certain feeling about yourself, a certain acceptance about yourself, I accept this for me, I agree with this for me. When you agree with certain things for yourself, things begin to change for you. When you don't base your faith off of what you see or what you're going through, regardless of that, it takes time for you to be able to wrap your mind around it and work on your mind to where you can accept it regardless of what you're facing, regardless of what you're seeing, or regardless of what you're going through. But the more you work on yourself, regardless of what you see, you're going to really understand that this is the matrix, and the whole meaning and reason behind this is the matrix is this is going to blow your mind. It's not the matrix because of all this mystic stuff or things that can happen or the unseen. That's a part of it, but the whole reason why this is the matrix is because what happens on the inside of you controls what happens on the outside of you, and what happens on the outside is not supposed to control what happens on the inside of you. A person could go bankrupt. I guarantee you, if a rich person goes bankrupt because of what they know, it's not going to allow them to feel any less than who they are, or they're not going to let go of the idea that they're wealthier, they're successful, or they're rich. They probably work themselves up to a certain level in life. They're probably rich with connections and ideas due to certain thinking and rearrangement of thought patterns. You change your mind, you'll change your life. You turn your mind around, you'll turn your life around. You have to continue to work on your mind and strengthen it. It's just like a muscle. If you have a lot of old programs, you have to delete them. If you have a lot of old programs, you have to claim strength over weakness. It's not going to be a process that happens overnight. You have to strengthen that I am rich muscle. You got to strengthen that I am successful muscle. You got to strengthen that I can be, I can do, I can have what I want muscle. And all it is a thought. And when you strengthen that thought, that means the power of your belief is strengthened as well. So once you begin to strengthen that belief, that's when the things around you begin to change, and that's when you really have a shift, because the things are shifting within you, the things are changing within you, and the things are going to change on the outside of you. All right, regardless if people want to accept that or not, the things are going to change on the outside of you. So dependent on what you think, your mind is creating your reality. So regardless if you're facing a hard time, don't let that hard time that you're facing make you accept it. You may be facing it, but you don't have to accept it. You can face something without having to take on the spirit of what you're going through. I'm going to say that again. You can face something without having to take on the spirit of what you're going through. And that's why you're supposed to have the Holy Spirit, because the Holy Spirit is an acceptance of all things good for itself. All right, the Holy Spirit knows it could be, it could do, it could have whatever it wants. All right, the Holy Spirit knows that if it thought itself into a situation, it could think itself out of a situation. And that's the real deal. Holyfield, all right. Shout out to Evander Holyfield, all right. That's the real deal. All right. So when you have a mind like that, that can see the opening and see the light peering through the window when everybody else is not looking in that direction, they're looking here, there, and everywhere. In a world full of darkness, you're able to see the light, and that's a positive thing. That's a powerful thing. That's a magnetic thing. That's a magnificent thing. That's something that makes you stand out from the crowd. That's something that makes you rise above any situation and every situation. That's something that makes you unique, because when everybody else is looking at things for what they think they are, you're able to see things for what they truly can be. And that's according to your own belief. So be it unto you. Whatever you believe for yourself, whatever you see for yourself, that's what you get. It's just you're in control of your mind, and you have to pick up. You can't let things affect your mood. If you're in a certain type of mood, it's because you're thinking a certain type of way, and you have to catch yourself, not kick yourself. Don't kick yourself when you're down. If things are already not going your way, a negative thought is definitely not going to help. If things are not going your way and you already getting beaten up by life, don't hop in front of yourself and put on the gloves and say, hold on, life, I got this. I'll deliver the last finishing blow. Bam! I'm not this. Things aren't working out. Negative thought. Don't do that. If things aren't going the way you want, that means you're not thinking the way you should be, and you have to take the time to train your mind to be able to reverse a negative thought and turn it into a positive one, because that's what's going to draw to you what you want, because your thoughts create your reality. But sometimes, you're in this matrix, and that's the game. You have to, if you catch yourself falling asleep, you gotta wake up. That's the reality of this thing. You catch yourself falling asleep, you gotta wake up. All right, so you have probably, if you're transcending an old reality, if you're transcending your past reality, if you have crucified the old man, all right, if you are putting on the new man, you're still going to hear hints and feints and little bits and pieces of your old reality, just old negative thoughts floating around in your subconscious mind, trying to pull you back, and it's going to possibly manifest itself through other people. So what you have to do is you have to just keep working on yourself, because during this process you're going to hear people say things that are going to try to zap you or snap you back into the reality that this matrix sees fit for you. But you're able to break the code. If you're able to understand a video like this, If you're able to watch this video from this point right here all the way to the very end, or if you even made it to this point right here, you're definitely on another level. All right, most people just click off and they don't even continue to watch the video because the information is too profound, it's too heavy for them. They're not ready to change. Most people aren't ready to change. You tell them they're rich, they don't believe you. They think you the devil or something. All because you're trying to help them find their divinity and their true riches within Christ. Christ wasn't broke. And neither should you. I know you're not broke watching this video. You are rich. Alright, so hit the like button and continue to watch this video. So when you have people who are saying things to you and you notice patterns, it's because people are seeing things in you. And not only that, on another level, you have risen above the regular, normal, average frequency of this matrix. It's just, it is what it is. Not a lot of people can grasp this true understanding, but there's grids. You can't see them. All right, remember when the movie The Matrix, they had all these energy fields and things like that? There's lines like that. There's the unseen. There's things that you can't see. And it's real. It's in the form of energy frequencies that if we probably weren't eating the foods today that we're eating with all the chemicals in them, you'd probably be able to see that stuff and tap into that stuff. Why do you think people draw all these ancient drawings and all these ancient symbols and things like that? They were able to see that stuff. Eating fruits and berries and probably one berry and nut a day or leaf or something like that. They didn't have big appetites and they had shrunken stomachs. So they were able to see certain things. They knew that the less they ate, the longer they were going to live. The less you eat, you're prolonging your years. That's why fasting is important that way. But when you really talk about fasting, it means what we're talking about in this video. If you want to become rich, you have to fast from your old ways of thinking. Fasting doesn't mean not eating all the time. You got to fast and pray. A lot of that fasting means working on your mind, getting rid of a negative thought, because what's prayer going to do for a negative mind? What is prayer going to do for it? God, please do this. And then you going back to thinking the same stuff that's causing the same things to continue to happen. And you expecting God to do something when he can only do something in you, through you, and as you. That's why praying and fasting. You pray so that you can communicate to the Spirit, to the Holy Spirit, that you know what you want. Put you in the frame of mind. And you work on your mind to be able to stay there in that spirit, to embody that spirit. This is high level science right here. This is a lot of people not gonna get this, y'all. If you get this, put it in the comment. I got it. Put it in the comment section. I got it. A lot of people aren't going to be able to grasp this. This is heavy. You want to talk about deep? This is it. So you have to pray and you have to fast. You have to pray so that way you can know what you want. You can focus on what you want. You can prime yourself for what you want. You can gear yourself for what you want. You can cultivate a feeling and generate a feeling within yourself to inspire you to take divine action. And then you can continue to work on your mind to where you can accept for yourself that this is a reality that I can experience. It's possible. This is possible for me to experience this reality. It's possible for me to live the life that I want. It's possible for me to have what I want. And not only that, God is rooting for you. God is cheering for you. You sitting here worried about who's not rooting for you or who's not accepting of you or who's not in the stands cheering you on. You got God cheering you on. You got another day and he woke you up this morning. He's cheering you on. So you got to do something with that. You got to want to do something with that. There's going to be critics. There's going to be people that say, oh, you're not supposed to be doing this. That's not for him. That's not for her. She ain't supposed to be doing that. They ain't supposed to be. That's not for that. Blah, 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 blah. do something that you're inspired to do. Take some inspired divine action and go be what you want. Go do what you want so you can have what you want. Go create something. There's no need to compete if you're creating. Earl Nightingale said that. There's no need to compete if you're creating. All you gotta do is create something. It's not a competition. But we definitely not going to have people who won't let us bring them up, bring us down. They won't let you bring them up, but they want to bring you down. That's wild. That's wild work. You're not going to accept this positive truth for yourself that I've accepted from myself, but you're going to sit there and try to beat it out of me. You know, sit there and see somebody working on their mind and try to reprogram it and make them go backwards. You know somebody is bettering themselves, and you're just gonna be the negative force that wants to keep reiterating the negativity. You can cross things out. Somebody starts reiterating something from your past, and you know it's an old program, and you know it's a demon on this person, and the spirit that they have wants you to continuously stay in the same position, or they want to keep speaking something on you to try to instill a certain, invoke a certain feeling, or invoke a certain idea, or invoke a certain thought process to make you think a certain way about yourself or feel a certain way about yourself. Then people see you making it. They definitely do. Trust and believe that. But then you'll have those who will see that and won't want to, and will want to keep you stuck in the past, or keep you on the vibration that they're on, or keep you in the mindset, or keep you in the mind frame, or keep you thinking the same way that you had to break free from, that they don't know how to, and afraid to ask you how to. Somebody's walking around saying I am something positive, and like I am rich or something like that. Yo, I'm all ears. What are you saying that for? What you mean? What do you mean by that? You see, I got some ears too. I'm all ears. Literally. So, you continue to shift your reality. You continue to think positively about yourself. Continue to see the things that you want to happen. All right, and regardless of what you see happening, it's work. All right, it takes work. You got to work your mind. Even when you feel you can't have it, even if you feel you can't have it, still find a way for you to work your mind and put something positive in your mind, like this video that's telling you that you can have it. You watch something like this enough, you listen to something like this enough, you believe in something like this enough, your reality will change. Your life will change. It's all about what you agree with. It's all about what you accept for yourself. That's it. Whatever you accept is what you're going to get. Whatever you expect is what you're going to get. Gotta deserve, you gotta deserve the best. Sometimes you're so down you don't even realize it. Sometimes you're accepting things you shouldn't be accepting and you don't even realize it. You got a good person in your ear saying, "Hey, you're supposed to be accepting better. What's wrong with you?" And you just caught up in the fog. You're like, "Wait a minute, I gotta be broken out of this. I deserve the best. I deserve the best. You deserve the best." And you can't just talk to yourself like anything. If I was in my own space right now and not, where I'm at, I would be talking totally different. Because you have to talk to your mind like you would talk to someone that was about to do something harmful to themselves and you wanted them to stop. When you want yourself to, because you're harming yourself when you're thinking negative thoughts. So if you saw someone about to voluntarily harm themselves, you'd be like, "No, stop." You wouldn't be like, "No, stop." You wouldn't be like, "No, stop." You'd be like, "No, stop." That's the same way you have to talk to this. Don't I am this. No, you gotta be like, "Ah." You gotta really say it to connect, so you can create a feeling, something for you to feel, something for you to attach to. All right, so that way you can really start to bring your manifestation close to you. That's when Israel was trying to give Jacob his blessing, I believe. No. When Israel was getting his blessing from hey, I ain't no Bible scholar yet, or at all, but you know, I know a little bit about a lot of it. But when I believe, let's see. Stay with me, y'all. Stay with me, y'all. Who blessed Jacob and Esau? Isaac. All right, yo, when Isaac was blessing Jacob and Esau, all right, shut up. When Isaac was blessing, excuse me, y'all, when Isaac was blessing Jacob and Esau, he said, "Come close, my son, that I may feel you." All right, and I learned this from Frederick Eichencoder. He said, "Come close, blessing, that I may feel you." You want your blessing to come close to you, so that way you can feel it. And when you talk the way I just explained to you to talk, like if you were trying to get a horse to stop or somebody to stop driving before some train tracks, you'd be like, "Stop." You would talk differently than if you weren't trying to get anything done. Just stop. You got to really put some oomph into it. So when you talk to yourself in that manner, what it's going to do is it's going to really create the idea, the feeling, the picture, the mindset. Is going to put you in gear to feel like you're the one who has what you want. So keep working on your mind, and it's going to change the way you feel about yourself. It's going to change the way you see yourself. A lot of people want to become something, but they don't see themselves as it. The people who are what they are, they may not have looked at it or went into it in depth as this video will go, but they saw themselves being what they wanted to be. And even if you're not what you want to be subconsciously, somewhere in your mind, psychologically, you're viewing yourself that way. Everybody is where they want to be because that's where they want to be. So that's why it's good to put time into yourself. It's good to invest time into yourself because, like Earl Nightingale said, what you think, you become. You are what you think about. You are what you think about. If you think success, you will become success. If you think greatness, you will become great. If you think I'm a loving, caring person, that's what you're going to become, a loving, caring person. You are what you think about. Every man becomes what they think about. So if you think you are your situation, you're going to become that situation. No matter how powerful or how real it may feel, or how different you feel from everybody else that you don't see experiencing or going through what you're going through, guess what? Don't associate yourself with your situation. Associate yourself with all the other people that you see that are doing well, that are successful, that are positive, happy, that look good, feel good, smell good, hopefully. All right. Associate yourself with them. Don't associate yourself with being down and out. Even if that's a program you have to defeat, it can be defeated, it can be overcame. All right, some people may have tried to warn you or keep you from something, but made you fear it, and you end up having the Job situation, because Job became what he feared about. That's even a Bible verse. Behold, I have become what I have feared about, or something like that. And he became what he feared about. So what you fear, your fear becomes a magnet. That's why it's good to work on your mind and think other things, because whatever you are, what you think about. If you fear something happening to you, that's what you're thinking about. That's what's going to happen. That's because that's what you're creating. There's no other way around it. So it's good to catch yourself and don't kick yourself. Don't beat yourself up over a negative thought. If you're thinking a negative thought, write it down. Work on it and It will allow you to plant new seeds. It will allow you to target that thought and attack it. Because you'll look at it and say, I don't really think that. That's not true. And all it is it's not true, and you don't really think that. It's an idea that's just floating around your conscious mind. That's not the deep regions of your mind. Say you're in a field, right? Your subconscious mind is equivalent to you taking a seed, buying it from the store, hearing a positive thought, putting it in the ground, watering it, and it growing into a plant. That's your subconscious mind. Your conscious mind is equivalent to the air blowing in the breeze. It's just stuff floating around. You see birds, you see other things passing by. It's not really as significant to you. You plant that seed in the ground, you want that crop to grow. You're watching it grow. You're watching the time it starts from the sprouts to when it starts to bear fruit. You have some investment in that. When it comes to your conscious mind, it's just stuff you hear, stuff that you've seen, stuff that you've witnessed, stuff that you've heard other people say. You pick and choose from that what you want, but sometimes there's a negative side to that, and that's what you have to attack. And that's what, when the Bible's talking about the ruthless inhabitants trying to invade the land, that's what that is. That's what that truly means. The ruthless inhabitants trying to invade the land. Those negative thoughts floating around in your conscious mind that you had picked up from other people subconsciously. Money doesn't grow on trees. We broke. You broke. This, that, and the other. All the things you got to cross out. You ain't got to be Catholic to nail something to the cross. You could nail your problems to the cross. You could nail poverty to the cross. The old man is crucified with him. All right, crucify your old self. Away with those things that are behind. Put poverty behind you. Put the idea of poverty behind you. In God there is only darkness. In you there is only wealth. In God there is no darkness at all. There is only light. In God there is no darkness at all. There is only light. In you there is no poverty at all. There is only wealth. It's all about what you choose to accept for yourself, because whether you think you're wrong or whether you think you're right, you're right. Other people can come and try to change your mind and try to program your mind and try to get you to think negative thoughts because they're in a hive and they're trying to suppress the hope that you're keeping alive. That's their issue. You're not going to stop thinking a positive thought or stop working your mind because somebody else has a negative idea they've accepted for themselves. They're robots. They're clones. They're stuck on that level. And they can't accept anything other than that. Even if they are doing successful, they're still accepting certain ideas that are keeping them from truly becoming who they really could be. Because maybe it's preventing them from taking a risk. Maybe it's preventing them from believing in themselves. Maybe it's preventing them from becoming what they want to be. And you, the person who has the greater idea, who can accept an abundant idea, who can accept a wealthy idea, you're truly rich and you're truly prosperous. And the seeds that you plant are going to grow. And there's going to be extreme evidence of that. Whatever you think, you become. You are what you think about. So you put your mind on something, it's going to grow into something. You plant a positive seed, a positive thought in your mind, and you work it, you water it, you put faith into it, you pray on it, you spend time with that idea, you nurture that idea, and actually put something into it and turn it into something, and put action behind it. You're going to have something great. You're going to have something that other people are going to want to know how you did it. You want to become successful? You can. You want to become rich? You can. You want to become happy? You can. You want to become wealthy? You can. You can become whatever it is you want. See yourself as that. Picture yourself as that. Don't stop working on yourself and thinking of yourself as that. Find ways for you to envision yourself as what you want to be, whether it's a vision board, whether it's listening to a positive video like this one, whether it's reading a positive book of something. Study how to become successful. Study other successful people. Listen to other successful people. Like the person talking to you in this video. And the person watching this video. You're a successful person yourself. Listen to the successful thoughts that you have and believe in them and take action on them. Because you can have what you want. You can be who you want. You can do what you want. As long as it's righteous. Alright? So when you begin to think more positive, there's going to be some new devil, new level type Freaky Friday stuff going on in your reality. Why are these people saying out loud the things that I'm telling myself the opposite of? And it doesn't even have to be a situation like you see with this here. Well, maybe they're doing it to you on purpose. No, this was happening. This type of stuff happened even before that. So, always say this prayer. Just thank God for a sound mind. God didn't give you the spirit of fear. He gave you the spirit of love, courage, and a sound mind. God gave me the spirit of love, courage, and a sound mind. Whenever a thought creeps in that's not supposed to be there, a ruthless inhabitant, you got people trying to evade your land, you have negative thoughts from your conscious mind trying to seep into your subconscious mind, you have to eradicate them. You got to eliminate them. You got to defeat them and delete them. It's not easy. But when you catch yourself thinking a certain thought that's negative, write it down and look at it, and you'll see and feel how silly and untrue it is. And by default, you'll start to picture the opposite. You'll start to feel the opposite. You have to catch how you feel about yourself to heal yourself. Don't just sweep it under the rug. Don't deny it. Don't deny it. Don't deny what you truly think or feel. That's the first step to changing it. You feel something is off. If you think something is off, keep it real with yourself. Keep it up. Beam. Keep it 100 with you. All right, with the person that you see in the mirror. Like Michael Jackson said, all right, the man in the mirror. Keep it 100 with the man in the mirror. You can't lose if you do that. You won't go off your moral values. You'll put more value into yourself. You won't settle for less. So those people choose to think that way. They're choosing to think a certain way. They're choosing to accept certain things for themselves, and they can't accept anyone who doesn't think that way. Anybody who does not think the way the program is set up, that is outside of the matrix, it's like they view you a little like you've betrayed them in some kind of way. That's really how, when you go to be successful, it's like, you have betrayed me. And that's where things get weird with certain individuals, when they try to force you to think a certain way. That's what this reality will do. It will bring its soldiers. God has its soldiers. Satan has his army too. To where when you start to vibrate above this frequency, your coat of many colors starts to shine. Because that's really why you feel good. When you feel good and you're not doing anything to anybody, and you just feel good, like you just feel good. Your aura is like everything is, all your chakras are lit up. That's why they call it up in the first place. So, with that being said, they have ways of detecting that, and wanting to bring that level back down, because when you vibrate at such a high frequency, the people around you are going to begin to change. They're going to wake up. They're going to feel different. They're going to start to pick up on things subliminally and subconsciously. Thoughts are energy. Thoughts are wavelengths. Positive people get around you, they're going to pick up on your vibe. They're going to pick up on the things you're thinking about yourself and start to feel that way and start to subconsciously thinking about themselves. But if they continue to attack you and knock you down to where you're unable to be the light of the world, other people aren't going to be able to have you shine on them or shine some light on them. This stuff gets kind of deep. So continue to work your mind. Continue to, when you start to hear certain things that contradict what you're telling yourself, what your new programming is, your past thoughts, your past ideas, past ways you looked at yourself or felt about yourself coming out in the environment around you from people outside of you, it's just your subconscious mind. But they're still Hive members though. All right, they're the ruthless inhabitants. Once you start to look at this thing, it's like, yeah, this. Yo, it's you don't know if you're in here, or you don't know if you're out here actually experiencing something, and that's just the level I'm at with it right now. You don't know. They're gonna be like, yo, what he taking? You don't know if you're in here, like, or you're actually out here experiencing. Anyway, that's another video for another day. Thank you for watching this video. Hit the like button, hit the share button. Keep thinking. I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.